What's going on, family? You live in the lab with Abrew, man. Today we're gonna be talking about people can't afford to live out here anymore. People having to move back home with their parents. Young adults moving back home with their parents. Parents moving in with young adults, man. Right now, I was looking at a survey, and I'm gonna get to it, but they said nearly 79 million adults, about 3.19 percent of the household U.S. adults population live in a shared household. 79 million. That's a lot of people having to move back in, man, because the inflation is so high right now. Things are just how did things triple and quadruple in the last 10 to 15 years? And that's what I'm looking into. Like, but how I'm looking at it and what I'm pulling up is a lot of it, of course, inflation, but a lot of it's corporate greed, man. Corporate greed. It's just like you buy a house today and you think your escrow account is going to should stay around this time, this price here. Between insurance and property tax, which is blowing up every year, people won't even be able to afford their homes anymore, or they're having to rent rooms out to create extra income to be able to afford that, man. The corporate greed is just becoming too much, especially when these guys give themselves big balloons, packages and stuff like that, bro. So we're going to get into it. Well, I'm going to show several videos where people saying, hey, man, I can't even afford to live out here anymore. Why is this stuff so expensive these days? Let's go. First video.
Get by in this country anymore just working one fucking job like our parents and grandparents did. But when did survival become a group project? Everybody's so quick to yell, just work harder, grind more, pick a side hustle. But the real question is, why the hell should we have to? Why is one full-time job no longer enough to afford food, rent, and peace of mind? Why are we working 50, 60 hours a week away from our families and, still checking our bank apps like we committed a crime? Why is owning a home now treated like some luxury fantasy instead of the bare minimum of our parents achieved with a high school diploma and a single paycheck? Why are people forced to DoorDash after 10-hour shifts just to afford eggs, gas, and maybe prescription medicine, maybe even diapers? Why do people celebrate people working for themselves into exhaustion, but shame them for admitting they're struggling? Why do we keep pretending this is normal? You shouldn't need a second job to just keep your head above water. You shouldn't have to burn out just to barely get by. Why is everything rising except our wages? This isn't laziness. This isn't lack of ambition. I mean, this is like a system designed to drain you and convince you that it's your fault. I mean, it's not your fault. You're not behind. We're being buried alive and then told to be grateful for the dirt.
Exactly, and I totally agree with this gentleman, man, because, yes, when grandpa and grandma, I know that was the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, where grandpa worked one job, grandma stayed home, mother stayed home and provided all the meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and grandpa paid the mortgage or the rent, light bill, phone bill, had a garden. They just had it more. It's like they had more back then than what we have today. The kids got grown, they moved on. Some stayed, but a lot of them moved on, went to college, and they had plenty of money. My dad always pulled out old $5 or $10 when it's your birthday or when you want something from the store. She always had money. She never worked. Today, man, I did a video, I think last night, where people don't even have $500 in the bank no more because everything is so expensive. Let's take a look at this, man. These statistics here I pulled up. They say young adults moving back home or living with parents, about 32.5% of the U.S. age adults 18 to 34 live with their parents, according to the 2024 American Community Survey, up slightly from previous years. In 2023, it was on 18%. In 2024, it went to 32.5%. And I'm looking up here right now. I'm going to go down here and just say a 2025 survey found 46% of parents reported an adult child 18 to 35 years old will move back home after a period of independence living. 46%? That's almost half of your of the households is moving back in because they can't afford to stay out here. What is going on, man? It's like It's like the man need a job, the woman need a job, and then the man need a part-time job, and the woman need a weekend hustle. But who's raising the kids? If they have kids, hell, they can't even afford kids now. This is crazy how expensive this stuff has become out here. And I'm looking at like you're only one catastrophe or health crisis away from moving in with somebody. Here in Atlanta, they did a survey saying, hey, you need to make about $32 an hour. And this was in 2024. It's probably went up now. $32 an hour to live on your own. How many people you know making $32 an hour? So a lot of people cannot afford to even live on their own. Hell, my kids still home with me. And I'm telling them, don't even rush to jump out here. Save your money. Stack your paper. I have adult kids. Stack your paper, man. Save your cheese. Because I hear these wolves out here, man. You talking about rent is $2,000. Car note is $700 to $1,000. Insurance. Let's not even get into what a big ass ripoff insurance is. You know, and I want them to be able to leave here and buy a house, but hell, the average house is going for $600,000 out here. Now, if you want to start a home, that's $450,000. I'm like, come on, man, who can afford this? Who can even qualify for a $450,000 house? You at least got to have for $450,000 house, you at least have to have $125,000 combined income to be able to afford that, to get a loan for that. This is ridiculous, man. This is like my man said, this is design. This is designed to break you, to make you feel grateful, and then the government will come in and save everybody with basic income, universal basic income. But man, people want to live on their own. People want to be independent. Man, when I grew up in the 70s. Man, I remember we had a garden. We had peas and okra and corn. How many people can grow that now? Those skills are lost in a lot of senses. So I tell people, man, you need to work on your skill set right now. You need to work on growing food. You need to work on carpentry, what fixing cars. You need to develop some type of skills so you can be able to barter. Because, man, if you ain't got nothing out here, you ain't got no skills out here whatsoever, you're going to be up creek without a paddle. And I'm telling people that, man, because these numbers are crazy. Let's see what they say. An older survey indicated a pattern of boomerang, living or common, driven by financial pressure, job loss, high-end rents, Bureau of Labor Statistics. People they'll leave and they'll come back. They'll leave and they'll come back. That's why I tell my kids to just stay right now. If you're in a situation where either your parents are living with you or you living with your parents or you have to have a roommate, man, just stack your money much as you can. Hustle, stack your paper much as you can, because it is pretty rough out here to try to live on your own. And it's in multi-generation household, parents, children, grandparents. The shared U.S. resident in multi-generation households quadrupled from 7% in 1971 to 18% in 2021, and it keep going up. And I don't see it getting no better. I don't see it getting no better. You finna be in the house with grandma, granddad, brother, niece. So y'all might as well go and buy a big house. I tell you what y'all need to do is put y'all money together. Families need to put their money together and go buy a big $2-3 million house, and y'all just live in and pay it off, man. Because there's no way you'll be able to survive out here on your own.
I've been looking for somewhere to stay for the past 3 months. Rent so motherfucking high you can't even afford to live by your motherfucking self. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. The job I work ain't paying a goddamn thing. Where the fuck y'all work at? If y'all living by y'allself, can y'all please tell me how the fuck y'all making ends meet? How are y'all paying car note, life insurance, car insurance, rent, and buying motherfucking food and utilities? Can somebody please come up under here and help me? Maybe I'm looking in the wrong motherfucking place, because ain't no way one person doing all this motherfucking shit. It ain't no motherfucking way. I've been confused for the past 3 motherfucking months. It ain't no way one person doing all this motherfucking shit. What the fuck do I need to do?
Excuse the language. I didn't know that much cussing in there. When that video was sent to me, that was my first time viewing that one. But hey, yeah, I'm with her. Who can afford to live like that on their own? She said she's been looking for a place to stay. Unless you in a shed or living in somebody's basement, or that's the only way you gonna get cheap rent these days. You live in a camper or an RV or something like that. And now I was looking at one county here in Georgia. They were saying they putting the regulations so tight around RVs because in tiny houses because people were starting to buy RVs and put them on their property and living on them in tiny houses and building tiny houses so they can live on them. And what's those sheds you buy from Home Depot, like tough sheds, and insulate them and put bathrooms and trying to live on them for cheap. And now this county has changed the laws and policies to where you can't even add that to your land no more. You can't live in an RV. You got to have some type of solid structure. And I'm like, what kind of government greed is this? This is too much, man. This is a lot. You know what I mean? People out here fighting for their lives right now. Food is so expensive. Gas is so expensive. And don't have to take your car to the shop and get some major done to it. Hell, get some minor done to it. And watch how much that stuff costs. Let's go to the next one.
So y'all don't think it's crazy how we are just supposed to fucking wake up, go to work, come home, do whatever the fuck you got time to do. Whatever you got time to do. Do that shit, go to sleep, wake up and do the shit all over again for the rest of your life. Just continue to do the same shit. Work, go home, go to sleep, go back to work. Do the same shit over and over, and don't not one person stop and think like, why the fuck is we even doing this shit? Or who the fuck even controlling this shit to who came up with this shit? And why the fuck did God even tell y'all can run this shit? Don't nobody stop and think about this shit?
Well, I understand people's frustration. People are very frustrated. I did a video last night. I think it was a live about 10 o'clock. I did it with teachers that quitting. They're having to deal with the stress of the job, the income, the salaries is not are going up to the rate of inflation, and they throwing in the towel. They was like, I might well just sell everything and live in my car, go buy a tent and just live. At least I have a peace of mind and get away from the matrix. It's a lot of things going on that causing people to break, bro. It's like a powder keg, bro. This thing gonna explode in a minute. And then you see a lot of other nationalities or illegals. Let me say that. And I'm not knocking illegals because I feel I can learn something from them like they can learn something from me. But if you're going to be in this country, you got to do it the right way. You just got to do it the right way. And I'm saying my government, previous government was giving them all type of assistance, which is dead ass wrong. You're not entitled to anything. You should take care of your people, your citizens first. Charity started at home first, according to the scriptures. So let's just be honest here. And so when I see a legal person living better than my U.S. citizens, yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way. And like I said, I have nothing against anybody, but that rubbed me the wrong way. Take care of my citizens, my veterans, as a vet myself. No veteran should be homeless. None. No teacher should be making $50,000, $60,000. All teachers should be well over six figures. I said that last night on the show. People are struggling out here, man. People are having to move back in with others because they can't even survive and have a home of their own. I don't care if it's 1,000 square foot, bro. 1,000 square foot home right now. I saw it around the corner the other day. They had went in and regutted it and did it really nice. 1,000 square foot home. going for rent at I think it was $390,000. That is ridiculous. Why is this stuff so high out here? Food, 3 bags, $100. Gas, $80. This is ridiculous, man. People, and now they're wondering why people are having road rage, why violence have went up. Domestic violence is through the roof within the last 18 months. People out here fighting each other because finances is jacked up. They can't afford this. Lights getting cut off. Eviction notice going through the roof. And it seems like nobody's doing anything about it, or they just don't give a damn. There's no explanation that I can see besides corporate greed of this stuff going that high. Just like my homeowner's insurance went up this year, right? So I got the notice to say, hey, how homeowner's insurance is blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. But now we are increasing it $600. I'm like, why in the hell my homeowner's insurance went from this amount to this amount, $600? It went up 30%. I don't live in a flood zone. I don't live in a fire zone. I'm damn near in the country. Why is my homeowner's insurance going up 30%, $600? And they said, well, it's a lot of claims in the area. Prove that shit. Well, I ain't never filed. I've been paying homeowners insurance for the last 20-some years. And it go up every year. Property tax going up every year. But I don't see a difference. I don't see a difference in the schools. I don't see a difference in the education. I don't see a difference in the teacher's salary. Where's the money going? It's just greed, man. Government and corporate greed. It's becoming too much. And that's why people out here exploding, man. I just saw a video where dude got killed in a road rage incident. Everybody's just angry. Everybody's just angry because people are losing so much. No matter how hard you work, you still losing. So yeah, I'm angry. People mad as hell out here. That's why I tell people, if you are if you out here and you get into it with somebody, man, walk off. Because people on the verge of exploding. And they're gonna take all their frustration out on you. Walk away right now. And they ain't got nothing to do with you. It's just the state that the mind state of everybody's living in. They out here fighting for their damn life, bro. People saying they hiring and especially on Indeed, but never get a call back. People, layoffs is happening left and right. I think just last month, I think it was a total of 68,000 companies. 68,000 people got laid off by several companies around the holidays. People don't even have $500, so a lot of people ain't got nothing saved up, but you laying them off. The job market is trash. People out here waiting 6 to 8 months to get rehired. Most people don't even have 6 to 8 months in their bank accounts to survive because the salaries are not there. You can't save shit. Let's just be honest. We got to be honest. We got to have a conversation. And that's why I say it's time to start going to your local government and then go on up the ladder. Why is this stuff so expensive? So you got to move in with people, bro, just to survive. You got to. Let's get to the next video, man. This lady said she moved to Atlanta thinking it was cheaper. Not here. The average apartment here is $2,000. That's 1 and 2 bedroom. Depends on where you at. Is $2,000.
Moving to Atlanta, you're going to get a better better bargain?
100% go. Pay you enough to live on your own.
That part. Forsyth, Cherokee, and Fayette counties go for over $2,000 a month. Fulton County, the heart of the metro, the asking price sits at $1,891 a month. But here's some perspective. Clayton County's asking price is $1,708. 10 years ago, that price was only $792.
You cannot do it on your own. You have to like shack up or something, and I'm not built like that.
So I was seeing, they said Clayton County was 1708 right now, but 10 years ago it's only 792. In 10 years, that thing has doubled plus some. What inflates like that? I want to know because I need to invest in that. That's a hell of a rate of return. That's a heck of a rate of return. I'm just being honest. So a lot of people are starting to move back from where they come from, or move out of the city. Hell, even in the suburbs, it's expensive. It's very expensive. Let's get to the next one.
I don't have absolutely fucking nothing, and I've been working for 15 years. And I don't really feel that good telling people this, okay? But I'm trying to get a message across that we don't get fucking paid enough, okay? I've been working for 15 years. I don't own a house. I don't have kids. I don't have money in the bank, and I'm in fucking debt. How could that be possible? And it's a reality for 70% of people, okay? I have a small little apartment. I drive a 10-year-old car. I food shop. I budget. I don't drink, and I don't do drugs. I don't think that I'm the problem, and I don't think that 70% of the people are the problem either. I need you guys to follow me, okay? I'm trying to get a message across, so hopefully we can make change and get paid more. But I can't do this unless you guys follow me and repost this video. I don't feel good telling people that I've been working for 15 years and I have nothing to show for it. I'm really just trying to make a change.
I was last night on my live. It was a lady. She said she was 58 years old. She had been working her whole life. She had nothing saved. She don't own her own home. She never been married. She just out here existing. And my heart went out to her because then she had to bury her son. So she had to borrow money to bury her son. And then her car broke down pretty much. So she just at her wit's end now. She's just about to lose it. And a lot of people is feeling like that. They just ready. They're about to lose it. They can't afford to deal with life right now. It's just so expensive. Everything is expensive. I got people right now I know call me every month that they're going through something. And I'm like, man, y'all, we got to all like link up. Got to get together. Got to move in with each other. You know what I mean? Or for not move in with each other, but find somebody you can move in with too. Because you ain't gonna be able to survive out here. Unless you're working 18 hours a day, and then your body gonna break down. You're working 2 full-time jobs and gig work on the weekend. And trying to be an influencer and all this stuff. And social media ain't paying like that no more. YouTube, TikToks, they're not paying like that. You got so many people complaining about how their income been cut on social media. You got so many people saying, man, I've been looking for a job for 2 years. And if you do get one, it's $12, $15 an hour. Hell, half of the states still have $7.25 as a minimum wage. I showed that last night. $7. Who can afford $7.25 an hour? Why is the federal minimum wage for the certain states is that low still? You can't even feed yourself on that. What is that? About $85 a week? Groceries gonna eat that up. You got no shelter, no lights, no nothing. So I don't get it, man. I definitely don't get it. Let's get into the last one. There's a lady here, this young girl, man, she just broke down and crying, man. She was like, and I hear people saying get a better job, but you can't get a better job. There is no jobs. People are like, oh, there's plenty of jobs. Where? Send them to me. Send them to me at Drybones, BONES at gmail. Drybones PRO at gmail.com. And I'll send them out to anybody who reach out to me because I don't see them either. I don't see them out here. And there are some jobs you got to have down there a bioengineering degree and 35 certificates just to even get a foot in the door. And then you got a bioengineering degree, 35 certificates, and they want to pay you $18 an hour. With all that, you know what I mean? And then they want you to have 25 years of experience. It's just so, it's like no matter what you do, every time you get to the line, it get moved forward. Now you got 5 more years to get there. So I don't get it, man. Let's get to the next one.
Extremely stressed out. I don't come on here and cry and do all of that. But what the fuck? I work 5 to 6 days out of the week, and I only barely have enough money to pay my bills. Somebody's gonna get on here and say, oh, well, be lucky you have a job, bro. Working a job, going to a job, getting up every morning, every night, whatever time you go, and having to give your all or do your best at this fucking job just for them not to compensate you enough money for you to live your life and pay your bills, it's actually really up fucking setting me. And I feel like I'm missing out on living life because I have to pay my bills and go to work every fucking day. Such a tiring process. Now, I could see if I was lazy, I wasn't getting up and I wasn't getting it, but it's like, bruh, how fucking hard do I have to work in order to fucking survive, bro? How? Once I pay my rent and my phone bill and my light bill, that's it. And then the next paycheck, because mind you, bi-weekly you only get paid 2 times out of the month. So one paycheck goes directly towards bills. And then that other paycheck, I have to set bills. I have to set money aside for the next set of bills that are coming up. I can't get ahead. I can't. I know somebody's going to say, you've got it better than somebody else. Bro, that's not the fucking point. Just because I have it better than somebody else doesn't mean that I'm not fucking struggling over here. For real, for real. People try to come on here and try to perpetrate and make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm living this kind of life. I'm living that kind of life. Bitch, I'm a TikTok content creator, but I live a life just like y'all. And nobody better get on here and say you better get another job or do this or do that. Bitch, you think I haven't applied to these jobs? And when I apply to these jobs, they waste my fucking time. Do you think I have money and gas and energy to be wasting going back and forth to these job interviews who are not going to hire me and are going to tell me that they're going to call me in a week or going to call me back in a couple days and don't? Job market is a joke. I have no choice but to keep the job I have now. The one that's barely paying my fucking bills. And leaves me no money left over to live, to get my nails done. These are fucking press-ons. I can't do anything. I gotta do my own hair. I gotta do my own toes. I gotta do everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like when you don't have a choice and you work every fucking day, it gets tiring.
Everybody's in survival mode, man. Everybody is in survival mode right now. And that's why I say you gotta sharpen your skills. You have to, if you plan on surviving this. I was just looking at my notes, and in 2021, about 10.9 million adult age 65 plus was moving back in with the kids. That was in 2021. It has increased down to 17 million in 2025. Even the seniors who had the pensions, who had the Social Security, who had a few dollars saved, can't maintain in these 55-year-old communities or just in their homes now because, once again, gentrification is happening, causing the property taxes to go up, and a lot of seniors who have paid off houses thinking that they can rest now or having to sell those houses and move back in with the kids because they can't afford to go out and start a new mortgage. Now at their age, they don't have the income. So we're in a situation, man, where everybody is in survival mode. I'm telling people you have to have people to move into your house that like-minded. Just don't have anybody in your house. Even family members, because all family members don't get along. Hell, I don't get along with a lot of my family members. Let me just be honest with you. And a lot of my family, I won't even let my family members come deal with me because I know they're going to add more stress than me not paying the bills. You know what I mean? So you got to invite like-minded people in your house that can work for the same goal so we can get out of this mess the best that we could. Other than that, you in for a ride, man. I mean, I think 2026 is just starting. And I think a lot more job losses is coming. So hunker down, sharpen your skills, man, and pray. You better pray hard. Better pray fast. Instead of buying brand new cars, you better go ahead and buy some generators and seeds and some kind of prep equipment because you will need it. Until next time, I'm Abel, y'all. Y'all be good.